Nice to meet you. This year for Atomy was full of various events and joy. Rock for joy. We had a lot of pleasant events. We went through so much, but there was plenty of joy. I think it was that kind of year. We received CCM certification again for 2 consecutive years. CCM is Consumer-Centered Management. Customer-Centered Management. A company that values their customers the most among all the others. It is a company with this management philosophy. So the customers don't have to worry about the company with the CCM mark. It certifies that. There aren't many companies in Korea that use CCM certification marks. Among them, Atomy, a multi-level company that people around the world are cursing about, is included. I'm very proud of it. And it's not easy to get the first certification, but recertification is actually more difficult. As a result of the evaluation, the committee members told us that we've improved a lot. Also, we're Global Atomy. Even during COVID-19 pandemic, we expanded our overseas operations in 5 countries: New Zealand, Turkey, England, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan. Atom's overseas expansion will not stop, even when there is a storm. We are like Pung-shin Yeon-dung. The faster the wind, the higher the kite flies. This year was another year that proved the fact that the more challenges we face, the stronger we become. Also, we received an export tower of $300 million. In accumulation, Atomy has exported more than 1 trillion Korean won. Our journey for export tower started with $5 million. 10 million, 20 million, 30 million, 50 million, 70 million $100 million and counting, jumping from $100 million to $300 million. It is a company that is growing rapidly as time passes on. What makes us more proud is that we are not only expanding our overseas operations, but that we're helping children in need overseas through compassion. We donated $10 million to compassion out of the money we earn overseas. I'm hearing that the donated money is being used properly in urgent manner for children who have become more difficult due to natural disasters and COVID-19. Our corporation has promised to sponsor 10,000 children every month. 500 million Korean won a month, or 6 billion Korean won a year, goes into compassion. Not only through the corporation, but I personally wanted to help 1,000 children. So 50 million Korean won is being automatically transferred since September. Let me do as much as I can. I want to do my best to reach the goal. So, I hope that there will be no children in the world who will sleep grabbing their hungry stomachs. More than 300 million children are still starving. Let's prepare a program to promote compassion. We're tirelessly discussing ways to promote compassion. The old idiom is 일신우일신. Every day of Atomy is new. It means that every day needs to be new. If we translate it to English, it means renewed day by day. We translated it like this: Our Atomy is new something brand new. Atomy aimed to rewrite the history of network marketing, so we've written a new history, and we are still writing it. But it doesn't stop with something new. It should be renewed again. It should not end with new. It should be renewed. It should be done day by day. It should be like that every day. I told the executives and employees that yesterday's Atomy and today's Atomy should be different. Last year's Atomy and this year's Atomy should be different. This year's Atomy and next year's Atomy should be different. So, when you're at the peak, you want to just settle down and reject changes. So you don't want to improve anymore. You can get these symptoms. That's why you have to transform constantly. You have to change constantly. You should be renewed in every way. So, Atomy should not stop there, because there's no competition. Yesterday's Atomy will compete with today's Atomy. It means today's Atomy needs to be better than yesterday's Atomy. Tomorrow's Atomy should be more innovative, serving the customers better, and more devoted to the customers than today's Atomy. We have a lot of imperial successors, crown successors, and royal successors. But new members are joining us even at this moment. Those who newly joined us are still struggling with living expenses and seeking ways to make a living every day. Atomy should not forget these members. We've made so many successful people, but we should never be satisfied with what we have achieved. I'll try until the end of this month, and if it doesn't work, I will have to give up. Let's do it until the first half of this year, but nothing I can do it if it doesn't work. There are members who are struggling and fighting like this every day to make a living. Our executives and employees should never forget that our members are fighting at the forefront. So, our focus is not on the successful people. Our focus should be on the members who are doing their best to overcome the crisis of living expenses at the forefront. I continue to request that the blood of desperation of our members at the forefront needs to flow in the veins of our executives and employees as well. That's why our executives and employees are working hard, but I am constantly saying that we need to go one step further. I am also doing my best with the day-to-day management. So, every day of Atomy is new, and newer things will become Atomy's every day. We won't be disappointed, though outwardly we are wasting away. If you look at the old translation, it says, wasting away. Yet inwardly, we are being renewed day by day. There is a saying, inwardly, we are reborn. The person who was reborn becomes new every day. The person is getting new, and the person is getting more holy because of being new. It's the way that Christians should grow up to Christ's grown-up portion. That's why we have to reach God's holy heart. Just like how Christians need to renew themselves day by day, with the hope that our Atomy will become a new Atomy every day. That's why I announced 일신우일신 as a 4-character idiom for next year. Our leaders are successful people, but because you have achieved many, you should not stop there. Remember that desperation when you just started your business. I have a desire that with this desperate heart, you will reach out to the junior business owners with a helping hand. Your life should not settle down in one place, but continue to develop and improve. So, if you can come back from the life you enjoy to the front lines and work with the junior business owners, it will be a beautiful life that a true leader would enjoy. The hope for this life is contained in the 4-character idiom 일신우일신. Everyone, the key concept of Success Academy is to write a life scenario. This life scenario is about pursuing a balanced life. But I'm the writer of that scenario. And I'm the director and main actor of that movie. That's why I want to be the main character of the movie and vividly draw what kind of life I'll live. My current life could be the floor I'm stepping on. Our idea is to pursue a higher goal of a balanced life. When we say to work, it means that we are raising our reality to our goals. If a person works without a goal, when the reality and goal is already matched, that person is not working. Basically, he doesn't even know the concept of work. He just lives one day after another. For these people, life of yesterday, life of today, and life of tomorrow will not change. Einstein said that living the same as yesterday and expecting a different future is an early symptom of mental illness. He said this. They're crazy people. If their goal is the same as their reality, there is nothing to understand. Expecting a change while doing nothing, only fools will do such a thing. That is why Einstein says that it's an early symptom of mental illness. What we mean by success, what success system is, and what we call the law of success is that even if I'm at the bottom in reality, my goal should be highest that I can possibly imagine. We have to choose the highest thing that comes to our mind. Normal people can't think of anything that's 100% impossible to realize. So you should not throw away the fact that it came to your mind. You should write it down in your life scenario. It's not because you have a 100% possibility. The possibility could be 10% or 1%. That possibility could be 0.1%. But we have to work toward that possibility. Why? If I don't go there, my life will be a tragedy where I will be poor. And not only me, but my whole family will be poor. After retirement, a more miserable life will be waiting for me. I will be sick without money, just waiting to die. That's why we have to set a goal to overcome this reality. If I can achieve that goal, I think I'll go crazy. If you say it can happen, you have to set a goal where you can bet your whole life on. That's how I change. The reason I'm writing a life scenario is to change myself. You are trying to discuss Atomy business with someone, but you're nervous and don't have courage to say. You have to change that. So, you can talk to anyone about it. Life scenario is important because no matter how many times you fail, you will not be hurt. Why? I think I'll go crazy if I can make this happen. If you can set a goal that will make you crazy, you will be changed. There's a characteristic of a crazy person. They go in anywhere, look at anyone, laugh, and say anything. And one more thing, they don't get hurt no matter what others say. You go somewhere and say anything, but get refused, and this experience hurts your feelings. Then you are still not crazy enough. You need to get more crazy. The way to reach that goal is to set a goal that makes you crazy. If you earn 100 million Korean won a month, if you earn 3 million Korean won or 4 million Korean won a day, I'm looking at people who are earning that much right now. If you say that, wouldn't you go crazy? If that happens, I think I can die while working on it. To give more context, if I make that much money and die today, my children can get 3 million Korean won or 4 million Korean won every day. Wouldn't you go crazy to earn that much money? Or at least try to leave that much money for your children? So, don't try to compromise with the goals that come to your mind. Don't compromise and just write everything in your life scenario. That's how you go crazy. That's how you become brave and different. You in the past, you in the life of a failure, and you who met Atomy must be different. You have to change. If you change and go crazy, you can achieve it 100%. Your life scenario is very important. I'm not just telling you to write it. Your success depends on your life scenario. You, the leaders, have to use that thoroughly. And you have to teach that to your partners. So you have to make them successful as well. You can make them successful. You shouldn't just come and go to Success Academy every month and consider this a chance to look at successful people. The key concept of Success Academy is to write a life scenario because your success depends on that. I hope you become leaders who can bet your lives on it. This is the end of the lecture.